Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. Okay, we are still in the dry dock structure component assembly area. We're only up to 10. I mean, there's a long way to go, but the reason we're here, and we're here so soon, as in we haven't really left, is that we neglected to set up a controlling mechanism. So we're going to have to do that now. It is basically a very simple one. We can probably use a arithmetic combinator, have it go back on itself. That will be the storage facility. Now we want to turn a output from a constant combinator of the total that we want to produce. We want to turn that into a single pulse. So rather than reinvent the wheel, I'll just pop over here and quickly try and refresh my brain as to what I did over here. Oh yes, of course. So we have one. We have one pulse go to the front, one go to the end, and this creates a delay, and this multiplies by -1. That's exactly what we do. So we'll do the same over here as well. Where am I exactly? I'm there. Okay, so we will use, say, green from there to there. We'll use red from here to here to here. And this will be each's multiplied by -1. So the, and output each, of course. So what basically happens, as I just explained then, is when you turn this on, the green wire will come here. It will then get multiplied by -1. On the next tick, it will have a -1 signal coming out. The red wire skips this here and is positive, and then comes straight over here on the first tick. That creates a value that will end up getting stored in here, because we will have a thing that is basically each plus 0 output each. There's multiple ways you can do this, but this is a very simple one that will work fine for us. And what we are going to do is, I guess we'll count down from the number that we need. We already have 12 in there. We know we need 250. These things, we need 250. Why don't I just type that in? That will be a lot easier. 250. We already have 12, so let's enter a -12. -12. It looks like it's in the process of building 13. If we, yeah, it's got 13. Alright, let's make that 13 on, and then we have 237. We need to wire up we actually need another one of these so that we can come from here to here and from here to here. That will be enable, disable, no, none. We want to read hang contents pulse. This needs to be an each multiplied by -1 so that it counts down, and the output needs to be each. So as soon as this one gets produced, the 14th, this should decrement down to 236. And what we need is a wire coming off this one. Say a red wire going to here, to here, to here, and it's basically enable if these guys are greater than 0. We have 14, we have 236. Right. That's not the last one that we are going to do. We are also going to send a red wire from here to the train station. And we are going to send to train. Instead of reading train contents this time, we're going to send to train. And we're going to add in another condition. Wait until circuit is less than... What? That's not what we want. Oh. Right. Wait until rocket... Okay, rocket cargo should actually be until inventory empty. We'll get rid of that one. So we're at DSC, so that's for a full cargo inventory, or circuit condition, and the circuit condition will be that these equal... Whoa! Come back here, please. Did I put the wrong one on? Where's my train? Dry dock. Yeah, it should be structural component. That was the wrong one. That's why it took off. Get the right one when you do these things, guys. That's my advice. This should do a silly loop through here and come back to us. So all is not lost. So we'll just keep on making these while it waits. And hopefully we should have... Well, we've got 2 on the way. It's probably a function of how much of the stuff we've still got. So as soon as our train gets back here, I think we'll move on and do something else that is important. We've got a count of 234 at this point, because there's 1 here, there's 16 on board. That is the correct count. So the idea of that last little bit is so this will carry, will carry, it's got a capacity of 40, and 40 is 80. So 3 lots of 80 to 40, leaving 10. This little circuit that we added here to the train stop, that's how you get the circuit condition on board the train. That will enable the final 10 to leave automatically without us needing to be around to send it on its way. So we're up to 16, we're up to probably 40% of that. We're almost running at 40 UPS, which is pretty good. There is a heap of blue not behaving. Let's have a look, see if there's anything obvious. I shouldn't need to nursemaid it this much. Blue's taking off all of its own accord, so that's good. There's a huge backlog there, and up there, so that's fine. I don't think I need to worry about it. It makes sense that, and there you go, it's off already. Dropping quite well. What about yellow? What's going on with yellow? There is some reason stopping trains. going up there. I'm not exactly sure what it is. So, where are you trying to actually get to? Science West 5. So, that would be this one here. And until that one actually left, it couldn't get in, so that was why it was held up. Okay, well that's a fair enough reason. And we're waiting for another yellow. Presumably it's over here. 206,000, that should be loading up pretty quickly. Down here it's not even going. I think I never got round to actually putting some logic on these, and so it's always choosing the above unless both of them are here at the same time. What are you? You're a green science, so that's not both of them. Never mind. We can do that some other time. That's not what we're going to do right now. We're up to 18 now. That is getting somewhere, but not especially fast. What I'm going to do is we still have plastic appearing. I might just have a look at the iron condition, but we'll do it while we head to a destination. In this case, oil southwest or oil west. That's the one I believe I want to go to. We're going to deal with plastic, but let's first of all look at those iron are from down here, and they've all gone, so there's nothing to look at. That's alright. We are coming past the copper smelting 4 operation, and we are heading to here, so that we can come in here, and I think what I'm going to do is we're obviously going to add some circuitry to it, but you can clearly see that light oil is completely jammed because all of these machines are full. So therefore there is nothing, no new oil is being produced, and no conversion therefore into plastic. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create a simple row here of conversion, and we will enact it if there is not 480, what does all that add up to? If there is, say, 7.6k in here, we will allow pumping of light to occur and to be processed. So that is the theory. I don't think I have any equipment that I might need. There's nothing in the logistics system here. There is nothing useful in here either. I do have a pipe. I do have some of those. I don't have any chem plants. How many chem plants would I need? I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically 6. I don't know how good that is. It will do something though. When we're not getting actual launches and using up the rocket fuel. And if it's not enough, it's not enough. Because these don't reach back another row. So it'll have to be one row, and we'll just see what that does. We can also add some to the other oil, but let's get these chem plants and some beacons ordered. Here we go, that's off, very good. Alright, so chem plants, let's just put down 10 in case of rounding. Beacons, I don't really know. Let's start with 100, and therefore we need 200 of them. 200, thanks. And we need, I think it's 300 of those. Is that right? They can take 3, yes. Now I have I have chests, so that should be fine. How much pipe? I don't have a lot of pipe to ground, so let's get some pipe to ground while we are at it. Turn that on. Shouldn't take the supply train particularly long. Let's see where it's at. There. So what I want to do, let's start setting up the logic. Looks like I have shotgunned a little path through there. So yeah, what I think I want to do, I mean, all of these basically have 100 in them. What I want to do is, I don't have room for the pump in there, but I could bring it out to here. And have the pump there. And now I need some wire. Can we reach this one? So that now has the signal. So this pump will only activate when there's 7.6, and it needs some power, but that will be easy enough because we will place some power there, I guess. Actually, maybe we'll place it there. So you'll only activate when rocket fuel is greater than or equal to 7,600. So it's active. Right. Let's see if the supply train... No, it hasn't been yet. Where is it? Looks like it is coming down here. That looks like it there. I should have it very soon. Might just go and have a check on this guy. How are we doing? We are up to 23. Our count is still working a dream. I don't think we will be likely to see a launch this episode though, because it's roughly 1 a minute, you know, not taking into account the fact that we're only going at 60%. So roughly 1 a minute, it's 80 minutes. I mean, that's still an hour to go, and then times a bunch because of that. So yeah. Right, let's come over here. Make sure it's a shotgun, not a nuke. And what do we need? Actually, I should have got more. I should have got more of these because I only really got enough for one. There's 3 like mini modules here. I should have got enough for all, but never mind. How many of those did I order? Oh, I don't need hundreds of them anyway. And some pipe. much did we order? 100. We must be auto trashing it. Awesome. Okay. Let's get this set up. Now this will obviously have a negative impact on our UPS, but that should be fine. Let's just run over here. This could save us a little bit of time if we pick up basically, oh, we need water. I forgot about that. Do I have water fill on me? No, I do not. Well, never mind. At least let's start off with the premise of that. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. Unless we basically skip we're going to have to skip a slot, which is fine. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and don't need that anymore. You can go down there. We're going to need some water fill. We are going to need more than the number of chemical plants that I ordered. I'm going to need some beacons. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we've already got some action. Now this doesn't actually make a lot of sense either. It should be a much shorter. A much shorter pipe. There's no reason to waste pipe lengths. In fact, it's very negative to waste pipe lengths, so let's not do it. We don't have any reason to go in that direction. And what we're basically doing is we can't really work it here, so we need to come out. Something like that, and then we just need to fill out these beacons and repeat. We will need some offshore pumps and we will need some water fill. Let's go grab that. I think we actually needed like 20 of that, but let's get some water fill first. And let me put down some of the stuff I'm carrying. need all that. Grab some beacons. We're auto-trashing beacons, that's not good. Where is it? It's on its way, so it's not too far off. Oh, I've got the offshore pumps anyway. Let's go lay down the beacons, then we'll make one more trip back, and hopefully by that time the supply train will be here. Here we go. Oh yeah, these aren't actually doing anything yet because they're missing their water. How are we going? We still have a yellow there. Let's just have a look at the delivery of yellow again. They're both out. Looks like one's in 5 and the other's in 4. We need 1 and 6. We shouldn't need 1 and 6 from the looks of things. Interesting. Well, we're over 50% of Spaceship Command now, so that's something. Where are you? You are here. That looks like it is just next to the copper stack. Just giving way. I probably should change this up since you don't actually need every option that I account for. That would save us some of it. How's production going? Yeah, not too bad. Green is actually very low because these numbers are only slowly ramping up. They haven't been called on to deliver the full because they recovered completely while we were doing red science, I guess. Just red only science. So that should mean that things like this iron vanish almost as quickly as they appear. Hard to say. There we go. Supply train has been. Let's grab our stuff, which is basically the water fill. I possibly should have got 200, but we'll see how far it goes. The beauty of my supply train is we can always just call it up for some more. It over-delivered anyway, so that's all to our benefit. And let us get this thing cooking. So we'll need to remove that. Awesome! Oh dear, I forgot that water fill can kill you very easily. Let's continue. Yeah. Bad luck, you died. Alright, well, you don't need to see me come running back. Let's just pause here and when back. So, let us yeah, that's what we want to do. So if we take him and then There we go, that's better. Forgetting which key to, which key to press. That's it. Right. Good. Okay, so let's not stand in the water fill this time like a complete ass. Or ass, or whatever other species of animal might choose to do that. Already we've had quite a big uptick. No, we haven't. It's dropped off again. When I was coming back, we had quite a big uptick in plastic, but it seems to have completely dropped off again. But this should help push it in the right direction. We didn't need that continuation anyway from here, so I don't need to add it back in. There. Let's see what that's doing. Dropped even more. Maybe. No. We do seem to have fired up, well, only three and a half of these guys. I guess it's better than nothing. We are getting plastic production across the board here, which isn't too terrible. Crafting speed over 8 plus 30% productivity. How long does it take to produce each of these? You get 2 every 1 second, so 2 every 1 second. That's 120. They're creating about 1,000 a minute each, sort of thing. So this should be full in no time flat, and on its way. And hopefully that will start reducing the outstanding plastic, and we can copy this pattern over to the others down here in the southwest. There's always one of these that seems to be the holdout for longer. In this case it's the one at the bottom. I guess that makes sense. Yes, unfortunately it hasn't seen that much for quite a while. It's nice to see the consumption of a little bit of that light. So we could certainly double this up if we felt the need. 3.9, it's almost done. There it goes. Should turn up in here and pretty much head straight off to RC8 plastic. And there you go. So I do suspect that if we do duplicate this over, it is going to save us a bit of oh, damn it. Let me just clear that and do that again and make sure that I take tiles so that it will copy the waterfill tiles. There you go. Now, if we duplicate this twice more, that should lay the waterfill for me, if it can, if I have the waterfill. Are we completely out of offshore pumps? No, we're not. Not exactly sure why they didn't get placed, but probably because of this. You actually need all of the waterfill in place. So it can only be partially successful. Well, I should have done the wiring as well. Almost done the second. I probably won't do the third on camera. You've seen how it's done, so that should be enough. That's actually working, but we don't want it just to work constantly. We do want that to be controlled. So, .6, is that condition on here, or does it need to be added? Greater than or equal to 7.6. Yes, it's going. Excellent. Alright, let's quickly have a look at our dry dock structure component. It's up to 47. I doubt it's... well, I doubt it'll be finished by the time I've done the last oil, but I'll do the last oil and then we'll rejoin. I might do something else in between times until this is done, but so we can catch this sort of launching. That would be quite fun. So see you shortly. And back. We are sitting at 79 dry dock structure components. With a bit of luck, that one's got 40, this one's got 39, so with a bit of luck it will deliver it to here, though that cannot be 100% guaranteed. We have kept proper count. We are up to almost halfway in terms of loading this machine in fact, we're actually building the required dry dock structure component as we speak. And of course these things will keep on delivering while we head to the rocket silo, but that is good. Where did that one end up? It's sitting here, isn't it? That already has 40, that only has 39. Do we wait for the next one to finish? Maybe we'll just wait for the next one to finish. If it ends up down here too, that will be rather sad, but with a bit of luck it will end up over here. Now, while we're doing this, just note that plastic is now 108,000. That's a lot healthier. In fact, we are producing it faster than we're consuming it. We are also doing our 12k science. Let's do it over a minute. That's a little bit better, although these guys seem to be flashing around a little bit, dropping slightly below, then going slightly over. But we are maintaining our 12k more or less. We're about over 10 minutes. Yes, it seems like 10 minutes. It's definitely okay. There we go. We're off. We've got our 80. We've actually produced more than 80, but we're off. Spaceship Command is going to finish up fairly soon, but that is not what we're principally concerned about. So we're going around and all the way down Circuit Alley. That's an interesting way to go. I guess the train pather kind of thinks that might be the shortest way. I'm not entirely sure I agree, but never mind. Let's let it go. How are some of these other numbers going? So we're just over 400k. It's a little bit lighter than at times it's been. 3.1 billion iron plate, 1.9 billion copper, soon to hit 2 billion no doubt, 1.6 billion green circuit, and of course some good numbers of other things as well. Where are we in relation to the silo? The silo is just all the way down to here. But it will be interesting once these launches have taken place to see just what impact that has on our ability to keep producing these things at the same rate. I'm assuming it will probably slow down a bit as some of the low density structures are redirected towards the silo. That's interesting. Anyway, here we are at long last. Now, we are right at the end of the episode, so we're not going to have time to see the lot, but we can certainly see our first dry dock structure components launched. It's definitely not finishing the whole lot. It'll be hours still to get to that point, so we'll just have to see, you know, maybe a couple of these and then we'll call it quits. These are definitely a lot easier than the dry dock assembly components to put together, as you can see by our 40 UPS. Just looking a lot more healthy. So we can follow the progress of that one, say. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, the number of P's has dropped, but it hasn't completely gone. Silo fuel now. I'll look at that in a second. Let's just let these launch and probably call the episode quits. at that point. One of the silo fuels has been answered. So I don't actually need to push the event sometimes. Well, it should just sort itself out anyway, but I just get impatient. And there we go, that's 16. I am expecting us to start getting shortages of, well, probably plastic and of LDS just generally pretty quickly. But thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the episode. You can see we're making good progress now in the components as well as the science. This is the last bit of the non-FTL science. It's about to finish. We're not going to wait for it though, but thanks for joining me and looking forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.